We're back. We're back.
And we're starting with coffee today. But we do have a lot of celebrating to do because you guys are awesome. Yes.
Jules, how come I'm so short compared to
I think it's a chair. Oh, raise it a bit, maybe.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, there we go.
Anyway.
I think we're better now.
Yes.
Just my hair is like top.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, for those of you watching on video, you'll understand. But in audio, we're like being very girly right now. But this is our first episode out of 4 that we want to record today. So, there's
Busy
that.
moms.
Yeah,
Busy
working.
people. Yep.
Working. She just came from rounding. So, and then my child decided to wake up late.
With extra energy.
With a lot of energy. I've fixed this bed behind us like 50 times already at this point. And then I have a hyperactive like lab that's also not cooperating. But we're trying our best.
He's having like a lot of secretions. I'm gonna have to give him some glycopyrrolate.
And that is what?
We dry out the secretions.
Awesome. You know what? Yes, I'm down. I'm down for that because as you saw, he like if he's just waiting there by the door for you to open the door for him, it's just like in the floor, just baba, which is in English, it's just spit because he's trying so hard and he's like so excited to get out of the room that he just like drools and it's just gross. But anyway, and today's episode right now, we are talking about dreams.
I don't dream. I dream. I've had dreams before, but I don't dream.
I dream too much, unfortunately. Yeah. And they're all horrible. If you heard the last episode, which was sleep.
I was like, yeah, we talked about dreams a lot and sleep.
We're kind of like in this sleep type of series right now. And I honestly didn't even realize it when I was like putting in the...
Well, yeah, it was sleep, then dreams, then melatonin.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh,
we're on a series here. And I guess it's like our subconscious is like, you need sleep. Yeah. And then, here we are. So.
And then here I am to be like, it's not happening. Also, our subconscious at like 2 o'clock in the morning when we're just like.
Yeah, exactly. Looking at
everything.
Yeah. And I'm here on TikTok like at 3 a.m. instead of sleeping. I
don't know how that happened. I knock out.
Dude, no, like I wish, but it's just like then my anxiety kicks in at night. It's a whole thing. But so we're talking about dreams today.
Yes. So Jules, what are dreams?
So they are fascinating and mysterious phenomena that occur during sleep.
I was like, wow. Yes, they are. Crazy with dreams.
I know
that dreams happen.
That's the thing. Like how we're able to do something like while we're passed out.
And how do you know that you're not dreaming right now?
Exactly. Which is like a whole philosophical freaking like tangent that you could go off on. But yeah, so dreams have been a subject of many scientific and psychological studies, but there is still a lot that we don't know about them because they are just very mysterious. I mean, cultures have like their own. Yeah. Religion has their own, like, theories on it. Like this is a big, big topic. I think people have like full on. And if you hear, if you hear like, that's the puppy Labrador just munching away on a treat because if not, he was not going to let us do this. But anyway, yeah. And then there's movies. There's just a lot of things, in regards to dreams. They're fascinating. They really are. So I remember them all. Some people do like me. Some people are like Yvette that don't remember them.
I just don't remember them. But look, last night I had a dream and it was a nightmare. Most of the time, like my dreams are either nightmares or they're just very random.
Yeah.
But I don't even remember. Like apart from yesterday, like I can't remember the last time I had a dream.
Yeah, you're like Mario. Like for him to remember a dream is rare. Like it has to be like that, like a nightmare, something that's very like I don't know.
But yeah, very like intense.
Exactly. Because if not, he won't remember them. And he says most of the time that he doesn't dream. It's rare for him to wake up and be like, I had a really crazy dream last night.
Yeah, I don't dream at all.
Damn. I mean, I don't know.
My mom dreams.
Me too.
Every day.
Yep. Same.
Every day?
Same. Yep. Every day. And supposedly
how do you sleep?
I don't.
Oh my God.
But supposedly, like you do dream. Everybody dreams every day, at least like a little snippet. Maybe it's even like a scenery, like a picture or something. But you just don't remember. There are people that just have more of a, there's my dog again, just are more predisposition to like remember their dreams. And then there's other, like me, and then there's other people like you and Mario that just forget it, or like it's not, it just doesn't stick, you know?
Yeah.
But you technically do dream every night.
Yeah, and I love this episode because we go into what dreams mean in other cultures, and
If you guys are on video, you'll see Brownie just try to hug.
I love you too. I love you too.
This is how I edit.
Oh, more Baba.
Yeah. Stop it, Brownie. Stop.
I actually really love dogs, but not the Baba part.
He's just a love bug, you know, typical lab, like wants all the attention all the time. And talking about dreams, he's one that dreams a lot.
Oh my God.
If you guys have watched me on the lives that I do for Funny Medicine, he's behind me most of the time, like right now. But of course, Yvette's not here, blocking him right now. So you just see him in the background there on my bed, just and like full on dreaming. Then I have to wake him up sometimes because I'm like, he's having clearly a nightmare.
A nightmare.
You know?
Oh my
so
God.
you see me there like waking him up, and then people are like commenting or whatever. So if you want to check out my TikTok live on Funny Medicine sometimes and check him out, you can, because he's kind of like our podcast dog.
He's so cute right now. He just...
Yeah. He's you know, he's cute sometimes, but anyway. Okay, so wow, we are tangenting.
It hasn't even been 5 minutes.
Hard on this episode. We've only done like the first, anyway. Okay, so here we go.
So what dreams? Yes. Yeah. Okay, so what dreams and why do we dream? So dreams can be different things, and this is purely like what we've researched because I can't speak from experience. Again, I don't really dream. So, but I'll speak whenever I have experienced something with a dream. So dreams can be images. Mostly mine are more than just images. So mine is like something playing out. Like it's not just like a photo.
So a full
on, like something's going on. Yeah. But it can be thoughts. It can be feelings. I like coming from like a medical standpoint, I can see how emotions are very integrated because usually when you dream, it's mostly a memory.
Okay.
And then sometimes it could be not just a memory, but a memory triggered what you are going to dream.
Okay.
It could be images, thoughts, feelings, and it usually occurs in sleep. But the visual imagery is the most common, but dreams can involve all of the senses. What's crazy? Daydreaming.
Yes, I do daydream hard.
Yeah.
Sometimes I tangent off and I'm like,
I
tangent off hard to that, and then I snap back into it. I'm like, Jesus.
Yes, I know.
You know?
It's crazy.
And doesn't it, okay, the scarier one is when you daydream and you're driving.
Yes.
And then you get to the end point.
You're like, how did I get here?
I don't even know how I got here.
That's when your brain is on autopilot.
Bro, isn't it fascinating how your brain's capable of doing that?
Yeah.
Like, okay. You see, like, this topic is just so...
It could very interesting. It could branch into a lot of different things.
Because that on its own, like, I do that so many times, mostly in the morning, that I'm more asleep than I am awake when I'm taking MR or whatever to school. And I get to school or I get back and I'm like, I don't even remember most of it. I'm just like...
Because you're on autopilot.
Yeah.
You know?
Completely on autopilot, but anyway.
And you start thinking about other things and you get distracted. But
there goes my cough.
Everyone is sick at her house.
Yeah.
So are we. My house, we're all podrido. But anyways.
Flu season.
Yeah, I know. There are different theories on why people dream or what is the purpose of dreaming. So it can be building a memory, processing an emotion, which we kind of already talked about. Yeah. Mental housekeeping.
Yes.
Which I think that's like really cool.
Isn't it fascinating?
Yeah. You know, it's like need a little escape.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like your brain disassociating from itself.
I know.
That's deep.
Jules.
God.
Jules is going to come out with a new poem tomorrow.
Damn. Yeah, I haven't written a poem in a while. I should.
What? You haven't been writing?
I haven't been writing in a while. I've been just like really focused on this. Yeah.
Okay, well, she needs to write. She's a great poet. And a writer in general. She wrote a book. Anyways, okay. So dreams are most common and intense during REM sleep. So if you catch us on our previous episode, we kind of explained the sleep cycles, but kind of just to briefly say it, there's different stages in sleep. So there's something called REM sleep and non-REM sleep. REM is your most shallow type of sleep.
It's when we went like this.
Oh, yeah. I saw those. I was like, what were we doing?
Yeah, there's some clips of that.
Things that we do on video, and I'm like, what was I
That was an awesome clip. Like,
Yeah.
that was an awesome, and, like, catch those clips on like Instagram and on TikTok. Like, we're just literally trying to replicate what
Doofuses.
what REM sleep looks
And
like.
and by the way, it looked nothing like that. By the way,
I'm
we
sure.
tried and we failed.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
But anyways, so and then you have non-REM sleep, and that's when you're not dreaming, you're in your deepest sleep.
Yeah.
So that's why people remember their dreams more often, because you're not actually in a deep sleep. So they happen in REM sleep.
Yeah.
So dreaming is normal and it's healthy, but frequently nightmares can kind of interfere with people's lives and their sleep. Okay.
Yeah.
So theories of dreaming date back to really ancient times. Dreams were regarded as divine messages and reflections of cosmic forces by many ancient civilizations such as Greeks, Romans, Chinese, and Indians.
Yep.
Each civilization had its own method of interpreting, classifying, inducing dreams based on various criteria or rituals. I can imagine someone that dreamt and then they're like, we're gonna induce dreaming in you.
Yeah.
And drug the shit out of it.
Well, they did that.
Yeah.
They did that. Well, the
It
Egyptians.
reminds me, Egyptians, but also, oh my God, what is this movie? Spartan? What is it?
Which one?
Sparta.
300?
Sparta. Yeah.
Sparta.
Yeah. 300.
300. Okay. This is Sparta. Is that
That one. Remember how they had the part with the oracle?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
that's the Greeks. Yeah.
Oh, there is Greek. Oh, yeah. What about like Roman?
I get it.
I have all my civilizations mixed up.
No, I get it.
And I'm over here like, yeah, Sparta, Roman.
Dude,
File.
listen, we're in science and medicine, not in history. I sprinkle it in because it's relevant, but that's not the podcast.
And actually, I'm really bad at history. That's
not-
terrible. Actually, I'm really terrible at history. So
That's not what this podcast is about. So,
yeah, ask me anything else except for history. My dad would be so disappointed in me right now. But anyways,
Oh my God, Mario would have been right now like cracking up
yeah.
because Mario's
for
a
sure.
nerd. But anyway.
You could just cut that out.
No, dude. It's the one makes us funny.
It's terrible. Okay, so anyways, oh sorry, my socks. Okay, so dreams were used as for various purposes, such as diagnosis, prophecies, therapies, spiritual insight. Ancient Egyptians believed dreaming was a way to receive divine revelation.
You know I'm going to sprinkle in the Egyptians when I can.
Yes, she always does. She loves those Egyptians. And they would even induce dreaming to receive these revelations with dream sanctuaries as special dream beds.
I am so down for a dream bed.
Not me.
For being
dream.
in a little sanctuary just so I could dream. Like a little
No, I
tucked
want
away
to sleep. I don't want to dream in a sanctuary.
Well, I mean,
I want to sleep. Like, give me the best sleep of my life in a sanctuary.
well, it's impossible for me. Like if I sleep, I dream. It's like it comes. I mean, that's why it's like I have to. So I'm okay with it.
I wonder what the dreaming beds look like.
I know, right? It's
Like
probably
Egyptian dreaming beds.
probably something opulent and amazing. I'm thinking of like Cleopatra, like the Liz Taylor Cleopatra when she comes out looking all fucking glorious and amazing. Love her. I mean, I saw that movie way too many times when I was a child, and I was like,
Oh
I
my
love her.
God.
Look at that. I knew it. It had to be. It's
Oh
the
my God, I
Egyptians.
guess like that's like where you put the head.
Probably. The Egyptians are wild.
Yeah, they are actually.
They're-
Look. It's like a little picture. Like,
Exactly. They're wild and they're extra. That's why I love them.
that looks like it has some pretty good neck support.
Yeah, looks. I will put this on Instagram when I typically do the.
Don't mind my broken screen.
Yeah. You need to get your new phone.
I do. I need to get my new phone already.
Anyway, so yeah, the Egyptians were wild.
Yeah. So there was a turning point in theorizing dream function, and it came about like around 1953 when Science published that
What?
Asurinsky published the Asurinsky and Kleitman paper.
You're going to say it a lot better than me.
Okay, so when Science published the Asurinsky and Kleitman paper establishing REM sleep as a distinct phase of sleep and linking dreams to REM sleep.
Yep.
So that's when they were like, oh, well, it's part of a cycle.
Exactly. And the more technology advances, the more we keep actually researching into this, the more we're going to like, think of, come up with this. Wow, I can't really put words together today. This is going to be a great couple of episodes for me. Anyway.
Woo!
Woo! All right. So there are many theories about what we dream, but no definitive answer. Some of the well-known theories are, of course, Freud. We all know who Sigmund Freud is. He's controversial. Some people really, really don't like him. And then other people are like, look, he had some good points for given the time. I fall into that side. Like for the time, where he came up with all of this, it was pretty interesting how he was able to come up with this. Was he a cokehead? 100%. Did he prescribe coke way too often? 100%. But again, it's the times. And I mean, if you took coke back then, it's probably like now how we take Advil left and right. And maybe in a couple of years, we're going to be like, oh my God, why did people back then take so much ibuprofen?
Yeah.
We just don't know. You know, I guess you got to think about the times.
He definitely thought outside of the box, for sure.
Yeah. But anyway, so Sigmund Freud was a pioneer of psychoanalysis, which is a revolutionary approach to understanding the human mind and behavior. He believed that dreams could reveal the unconscious desires and conflicts that our conscious mind represses. He published his dream theory, or theory of dream interpretation, in his seminal work, and it's called The Interpretation of Dreams in 1899. So, I mean, it's been a while, guys. Like, I mean, let's cut him some slack for being a cokehead. Freud proposed that dreams are a form of wish fulfillment. They represent the wishes that we are unable to satisfy in our waking life, such as sexual or aggressive impulses. And he really leaned into the sexual impulses, but okay.
It's fucking weird.
It's very weird.
But I mean, again, he thinks outside the box.
Yeah, at least he did, yeah. So he distinguished between the manifest content of a dream, which is what we remember upon waking, you know, when, like me, I remember most of it. And then the latent content, so the hidden psychological meaning behind what it is that we remember of that dream. And then the manifest content is often a distorted version of the wish that the dreamer's mind tries to fulfill. While the latent content, so the content that's like hidden, is the underlying wish itself, you know? So that's what they try to like, when you go to a therapist or whatever, it's like, okay, let's dive into that dream. Let's see where this is coming from. Why are you having these recurring nightmares or whatever the hell? So Freud also introduced key concepts of psychoanalysis, such as the Oedipus complex, free association, and the role of the ego, the id, and the superego. He used the analysis of dreams as
bringing back so many awful memories for me.
For med school?
Not even med school. I would say like college.
Yeah.
When we had to study all this.
Yeah, I remember studying this in college. I don't remember what class.
I don't want to say BS, but I have like no interest in Freud theory.
Yeah.
And all of that. So every time that they would test us on it, I was like, oh, dear Lord Jesus.
I was actually fascinated with all this psychological stuff.
How?
I don't know.
How?
I don't know.
Does Mario like Freud?
No, he's like you. Yeah, it's the same. We've established this a lot. Like, I go ahead and I start talking about this, and then you just see him going somewhere else. So
I think it's because we're so like logical.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I'm here like,
we don't have that space in our brain very developed.
And I'm here like, but what if? I'm always like with the what if.
You're like, oh, that's deep, and I'm over here like, sounds kind of BS to me. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
But it's true though.
But we talk about these things and I'm like, it does make me think a little bit, you know.
And that's what I like, that it makes me think.
But it's like, so funny, like people tell me their dreams and they're like, what does that mean? And I'm like, I don't know. I was like,
it's like in that episode that we had that you were like, fucking crazy.
And I was like, fucking crazy. Okay.
So he used the analysis of dreams as a starting point in his free association technique, where he encourages patients to verbalize whatever came to mind without censorship. So just like, be frank, tell me what it is that you dreamt about. And he believed that this would help them access their unconscious thoughts and feelings and resolve their psychological conflicts. Freud's theory of dreams was influential not only in the field of psychology, but also in literature, art, and popular culture. He is widely regarded as one of the most important figures in the history of psychology, and his work has inspired many other theorists and researchers. However, his theory of dreams has always been criticized for being unscientific, subjective, and based on his own personal biases and experiences. So, yeah, there's that. And then...
But isn't that a theory anyways?
That's it. Yeah. How many theories do we have?
There's so many people that theorize everything. So I don't know why people are like... I just think that maybe he was so like wow in this world.
Yeah.
So then there was some people that are like, yeah, I don't know how you got that theory or something like that. But it's a theory.
Physics is practically based on theory.
Yeah. So, no, I mean, science is based on theory.
Exactly.
That's like literally the first thing you do in a science class. They ask you to come up with a theoretical question.
Right. So,
and then create a science project out of it.
We technically wasn't doing anything wrong in that aspect, you know, but whatever. Anyway, Freud's wish fulfillment theory. This theory suggests that dreams represent unconscious desires, thoughts, motivations, and are too repressed or taboo to express in waking life. Then there was the activation synthesis, cannot say that word right, theory. This theory proposes that dreams are meaningless interpretations of random firings of the brain during REM sleep. The brain tries to make sense of these signals by creating a coherent story out of them. Okay, I'm going to go by these quickly. Threat and social simulation theory, and it pretty much allows us to rehearse and prepare for potential threats and social situations that we're worried about. Information processing theory, so it claims that the brain is trying to consolidate information that you gathered during the waking, your waking time. The psychological functioning theory that states that dreams serve an actual biological function in our actual physical brain. And then the expectation fulfillment theory, and it asserts that it helps us use up emotional energy that we couldn't express during the day, like those pent up repressed emotions or whatever. So we release them during our dreaming time. So that was Freud. And now we have the other one, which is very popular.
Carl Jung.
Yeah. So,
so he believed that dreams were a way of communicating with the unconscious self and becoming aware of its contents. And he also proposed that dreams had two dimensions: the personal unconscious, which is unique to each individual, and the collective unconscious, which is shared by all human beings. That's weird. And that is deep.
Yeah, that's really deep. That's kind of like when you take
ashwagandha, whatever.
No, I think that's the vitamin. The one that you trip out.
The vitamin? Ashwagandha is a vitamin?
There's a vitamin that's called very close to that. But I'm talking about the one that you go in a tent and you just the really trippy one. The one that all these billionaires do. And they go into the desert, into a tent, and they get smoked out and really, really high off their asses on something. Oh my God, what the hell is that? Somebody's screaming it on the other side of the screen right now.
Hold on.
Listening to it. And I had it in my head, but I don't remember now. Anyway, and they trip out, but they all remember.
Yes, I know. The lady.
Exactly.
Lady,
So that's probably where he's getting this collective unconscious.
Oh, ayahuasca.
That's it.
Ashwagandha. I'm close.
You see, ashwagandha, though, is a vitamin.
Oh, okay.
And it's I don't know. I think it's for...
Ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca. Yeah. I'm like, wait a minute.
Now that I saw it, I'm like, it is ayahuasca.
Yeah, and it's the one that you go in a tent, and then I get what he's talking about here, the collective unconscious, because everybody comes out with at least something similar.
Yeah.
In that. And how the hell does that happen? That's creepy.
It is creepy. So it's the collective unconscious.
Isn't that nuts? How does everybody, completely different individuals, they weren't even raised with each other. They're just everything, different everything. And they all come back at least saying about that lady or something like that.
That's so weird.
It's really weird. Anyway.
So the collective unconscious contains archetypes, which are the primordial images, symbols, and themes that express fundamental aspects of human existence. Whoa. These people definitely didn't sleep.
No.
There was no sleeping involved there.
No, I don't.
These are thoughts that you have at 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah. I definitely do.
My God. So Jung believed that dreams could be used to guide the process of individuation, which is the process of becoming whole and an integrated person. And then there's two key concepts in Jung's dream theory: individuation, which is the process of becoming whole and an integrated person, like I said, by balancing and harmonizing the conscious and unconscious aspects of the self. Okay. Ego, the conscious part of self, which is aware of one's identity, thoughts, feelings, and actions. Self, wow.
Yeah.
This is a whole psychology.
Yeah. It's just
Yeah. Self, the totality of the psyche, which includes conscious and the unconscious, the personal and the collective, the human and the divine.
Yeah. He went deep.
Listen, guys. He has a lot.
A lot of levels.
There's a lot to this.
A lot of theories, they're all theories, but he really, they call him the father of dreaming. Or
I didn't even finish all the parts.
Because there's a lot. That. Google it.
But anyways, it's a lot if you want to read up on it, if you have an interest in Jung's dream theory. But basically, it was the self-unconscious, right?
Yeah.
And then the collective unconscious.
Yeah, which is trippy. But yeah. And the most modern one, you know, because of course these were, you know, it was first Freud and then it was Jung and then now Matthew Walker. And he's a professor of neuroscience and psychology at the University of California, Berkeley. And he's an author and all the things. So he conducted extensive research on the functions and mechanisms of sleep and dreaming using various methods such as brain imaging, genetic analysis. Like he used a lot of science. He like threw it all out there.
I like him.
Yeah. And he has discovered that sleep and dreams play vital roles in memory consolidation, emotional regulation, creativity, and problem solving. So he's more of like, let's science this, you know, pretty much. So
why I'm more interested in his.
Yeah. Yeah. The other ones are more philosophical, like what if, you know, and then he's there like, well, he's more modern. So, I mean, we got more stuff too, you know. He proposes that dreaming is a form of overnight therapy where the brain processes and integrates the emotional experiences of the day and reduces their negative impact on our mood and well-being. And it also enhances our ability to make novel connections. So pretty much like maintenance, like, you know, it's a form of maintenance in our brain. He also proposed that dreaming is based on empirical evidence and rigorous experiments, unlike the older and more speculative theories of Freud and Jung and others and whatever. So, like I said, he's more of a scientific approach in understanding how we sleep, how we dream, and improving our sleep and dream quality. So that's pretty much Michael Walker. And yeah, so now we're going to talk about how do dreams reveal brain disorders, because apparently now there's like new research that if you actually take a look at dreams, there might be some patterns that may show like a development in the future of some sort of
situation.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's crazy. Medicine.
Yeah.
I'm just like thinking about it, like a ton of things in my brain. But anyways, so how do dreams reveal certain brain disorders? Some dreams can reflect presence or onset of a neurological or psychiatric condition, such as Parkinson's disease, narcolepsy, schizophrenia, or post-traumatic stress disorder. And it does. There's actually a high correlation. So when you have nightmares, chronic dreaming, all of those things, it can be considered a parasomnia, which is a disorder of sleep. And it's usually triggered by heightened emotions. And then obviously if you have like neurological disorders and stuff like that, then that could also, it's part of the brain. So it can kind of like tinker into that field of dreaming. But for example, people with Parkinson's disease often experience vivid and violent dreams, which may be related to degeneration of dopamine neurons in the brain. So there's
dopamine is like the feel good, right?
Yeah, it's a feel good hormone.
Yeah.
And then also, like, I remember when I was studying as a med student very, very, very long time ago, we would talk about different types of dementia. And there's a dementia that, like, there's different types of dementias that dream and hallucinate of different things.
That's scary, man.
Yeah. And I'm trying to remember, I didn't think about it for the episode, but I'm trying to remember, but I'm pretty sure there was, like, a dementia that, like, you dream of, like, little people.
Oh, God.
I swear.
Yeah. Oh, God. That sounds like a nightmare.
Dementia that dreams little people. Hallucinations, also known as microptic or diminutive hallucinations, are tiny human animals' fantasies. Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah, it can be like a sign of dementia. And there's like certain dementias that like you see or you hallucinate or you dream certain things.
I'm not about the little peoples.
Yeah, but apparently it's like little people, little objects. It makes me think of like Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
Everything is like smaller.
Or Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Or Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. If you're from our age.
Us millennials, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I loved that movie.
I know, me too.
And that Disney, did you ever see Honey, I Shrunk the Kids in Disney?
Yes.
They had like
the giant ant.
Yes, it was
God, I played so much
Me
there.
too. I played so much there.
Oh my God.
Florida kids.
Yeah, Florida millennial kids.
I know. So another example of narcolepsy. It's a disorder that causes excessive daytime sleepiness and sudden loss of muscle tone. So cataplexy is basically like when you lose all muscle tone. People with narcolepsy often have lucid dreams, which are dreams in which the dreamer is aware that they're dreaming and can control aspects of the dream.
It has happened. Not often, but no, thank God. But I do, we're going to get into the lucid dreaming part, but like I have lucid dreamed and it's trippy as fuck.
Yeah. Well, part of narcolepsy, if I remember correctly, they do have different parts of dreaming. So there's dreams that are hypnopompic, and then there's hypnagogic.
Okay.
It's like really hard words to say. hypnopompic and hypnagogic.
Hippopotamus.
Yeah, hippopotamus. But hypnagogic is when you're about to fall asleep, but you're still awake, but you're literally in that piece where you're about to hit one of the stages of sleep.
I love that part.
And you're dreaming.
Yeah.
So that's when you're like going. So a lot of people with narcolepsy describe that feeling. And then there's ones that are hypnopompic, which is you're coming out of sleep and you're like dreaming, but you know that you're coming out of sleep, but you're still dreaming.
Has happened to me too. Yeah.
Oh my God, that would give me so much anxiety.
Well, yeah.
What the hell? I would be freaking out. That's like, you know, when we were talking about sleep paralysis, which I guess is like a type of that.
I hate that so bad. So bad. I hate that.
Freaking out.
Yeah.
But anyways, lucid dreaming is not necessarily a sign of a brain disorder, though. So don't get crazy, people. If you start having like weird dreams, it doesn't, you know,
thank God
that there's something wrong.
Thank God, because I'd be fucked.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Because I pretty much tick off all of these things except narcolepsy. You know? if it were like that, I'd have like dementia tomorrow.
Dude. So, but it does involve a lot of psychological change in the brain. Yeah. There have been some MRI studies of the prefrontal cortex and the cortical network, including the frontal parietal temporal zones in the brain. And they have been shown to be activated when the brain begins to have lucid dreaming, which typically happens during REM, which we already talked about. So an estimated 55% of people have lucid dreams. And did you know that dreaming is more common in women than it is in men?
No, I didn't know that.
So there has to be some hormonal thing to it.
Oh, yeah.
Hormonal or just like actual like anatomy of the brain.
Right, that too.
And stuff. But then what's interesting enough is that after the age of, I think around 60, they didn't really see too much of a difference like between reported dreams.
So
there
it's
has to be something hormonal. Yeah. It's
maybe
like
that's testosterone, because you know, as men age, their testosterone levels go down.
Or like estrogen in women. That's why like women after like that are postmenopausal, they're like more likely to have heart attacks because estrogen is supposed to be like credit protective.
Yeah, it's super cool.
It's really weird. So, but yes, so 55% of people have had lucid dreams. Some research has shown that it can provide therapeutic benefits to treat conditions such as PTSD, recurring nightmares, in its entirety. Lucid dreaming may have some benefits, such as enhancing creativity, problem solving, or coping with nightmares. Methods to induce lucid dreaming.
Yeah, there's people out there that seek it. You know, because it's pretty cool. Like, if you're able to learn how to control your dream, then you could, in essence, do anything you want in a dream. So then people like, well, you'll see here, like...
Yeah. Wake-initiated lucid dreaming. So it happens when... Wild, yes.
It's called, a.k.a.
Short, wild. Happens when the person enters a dream straight from waking. That's... So they wake up and they go straight into a dream. This method helps you or the mind stay conscious while the body remains asleep, done by laying down and relaxing until you experience a
There it is. There it is.
I wasn't wrong.
No,
Hypnagogic
you
hallucination.
are a doctor.
I can't believe I remembered that. That was medical school. That's how much I fucking studied. Okay.
There you go.
Things are like engraved into my brain.
Exactly.
So done by laying down and relaxing until you experience a hypnagogic hallucination. So you're falling asleep. So you're in that stage where you're falling asleep and you're having like a hallucination or a dream. So hypnagogic hallucination, aka a hallucination that only occurs when you're just about to fall asleep. And then that's really difficult to learn. I mean, you're talking about like
that tiny moment
where you are about to completely fall asleep, but you start dreaming.
Yeah. People
it's giving me anxiety already. It's giving me anxiety.
They train for that stuff. It's wild.
It's not giving positivity here. I don't know why. I find that really weird and stressful, and it's stressing me out now. I'm gonna have a dream for sure. If I have a dream, I'll put it up on TikTok about what it was.
I was just gonna tell you that.
Yeah. So reality testing is mental training by training your mind to notice your own awareness. To import and export your ability to reality check, you'll need to follow...
This is creepy.
...the following steps several times a day. 1, ask yourself if you're dreaming. 2, check your surroundings to confirm if you're dreaming. 3, Notice your own consciousness and how you're engaging with your surroundings. Some use mirrors to check if your reflection seems normal. Check solid objects by pushing your hand through a wall or table and see if it goes through. Check to see if your hands look normal. The time on the clock during a dream will constantly change, unlike during being away. Checking your breathing by pinching your nose to check if you can breathe, because you can still breathe. Then you're obviously dreaming.
For those of you that are not watching the video, I'm actively doing all the things that she's doing. She's talking.
But like, what? Reality testing? Have you had that before?
No.
Okay, I was gonna say,
No.
I've never had a moment where I'm confused if I'm dreaming or not.
No. I've had moments in a dream that
I've had dreams that are very, very vivid.
Oh no, all my dreams are super vivid.
Yeah, no. My dreams are not vivid. Like I can wake up and be like, oh yeah, that was obviously a dream. But I've dreamt certain times where I wake up crying.
Oh yeah, me too.
Like wake up, like I'm already waking up and I have like tears in my eyes.
Yeah. Those are like my extra bad nightmares.
Yeah,
for sure.
Oh,
but there are
terrible.
dreams that like I'm in the dream and I don't have to do reality testing. I just know, like, I don't know, there's a reason, there's something that's obviously like too fucking trippy. And I'm like, I'm dreaming. And then that's cool because then I'm able to, like, you know what? I feel like flying right now.
Yeah.
And then I go fly.
What?
It's only happened to me very, very, very few times.
My God, this is crazy.
Very, very few times. I haven't had to train for it. It's just luck that I realized at that time that I'm dreaming. But I don't fucking reality check or none of that. That's crazy. I mean, it's not crazy. I'm sorry. It's crazy for me because I'm not going to remember it.
Yeah,
like, I know that I'm
crazy.
not.
It's not like, we just think it's like, wow, fascinating.
It's wild. It's another, it's
another wild.
Yeah. For us millennials, like, yo, it's crazy. It's not insane crazy. It's just like wild for you Gen Zers out there. Sorry.
Wake back to bed. That's another one. Wake back to bed is entering REM sleep while you're still conscious, using some techniques like setting an alarm for 5 hours after your bedtime. And then when the alarm goes off, stay up for 30 minutes and do quiet activity, then fall asleep.
You have to be dedicated to want to do this, because at that time, 5 hours into me sleeping, I don't want to freaking wake up.
Yeah.
You must
there was
really
actually
want
certain
to.
times in, was it medical school? I think it was medical school, that when we learned about sleep, I learned that when you are in a really, really deep sleep and you interrupt that sleep.
Yeah, it's not good, right?
It's not good. You come out very groggy. You feel very like bad. But when you hit a certain other stage, it's more like, it's more favorable to wake up from that stage. So
I had an app for that.
Yeah, so there's an app, and then it would tell you, it would ask you what time you go to sleep, what time you want to wake up, and then it would give you a window. Your best window to wake up would be here. And I actually thought it made a difference.
I did too. I woke up like nicer.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it felt nicer to wake up instead of like waking up when I'm still like really passed out and I'm like, oh my fuck, like I don't want to get out of this bed. But it would wake me up at like an interval.
Yeah.
And it would set an alarm for whenever it considered that time. And I'm with you there. It did work for me, at least. I should do that again. Why did I stop doing that? I don't know.
Who knows? I just got lazy. I didn't want to answer so many questions. And then honestly, sometimes I would get pissed off because if I had to wake up at 5, it was like, wake up at 4:15. And I was like, what?
I hated that part. Yeah. That's probably why I stopped doing it.
And I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm like, I need those 45 minutes.
Like, don't jack those minutes from me, man. They're important.
All right. So mnemonic induction of lucid dreams, also known as mild, is making the intention to remember that you're dreaming by remembering something odd from a past dream and keep remembering that while falling asleep.
So I guess that's kind of like what happened to me in that dream.
So you think about something and it like makes like, so you can
No, I mean, what I remember of it, this was a long time ago, was that there was something odd, like off. Like maybe, I don't know, maybe there was a pig with wings, let's say, you know? And I'm like, and then I'm like, oh, I must be dreaming.
Okay.
You understand? Like something weird. And then, but I don't know. It's only happened to me like that once, maybe more than once, but the one I could remember is like that one time. And I don't even remember what it was.
Yeah. I honestly, I wouldn't remember. Yeah. So and keeping a dream journal because it forces you to remember what happens. My middle school teacher made me do this.
You said it in the sleep episode, yeah.
Yeah, she made us keep a whole entire journal, and it actually does work. When you force yourself to try to remember what you dream, you eventually start, remembering the end of the dream, and then you start remembering different pieces, and then you start remembering like connecting pieces together, and then to the point where you remember your whole entire dream, and then she would have us draw it out.
I mean, mine would just be horror. So,
oh my gosh,
she wouldn't want to see my dream book. Yeah, that's a horror movie there. No thanks.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's bad, bro.
Cautions of lucid dreaming. Sleep problems because you're interrupting your sleep and therefore stopping yourself from getting enough rest.
If you're waking up 5 hours later just to like fucking do this thing, yeah, you're severely interrupting your sleep.
Derealization, or the feeling that people and the environment aren't real.
That's scary.
That's scary.
Yeah, I don't like that.
No, me neither. That sounds like anxiety to me. Depression.
Yeah.
Clearly. You're not sleeping.
Yeah.
And then sleep paralysis. Oh.
Yeah, because you could trigger it. You could trigger it by doing all this finagle. Because you're messing with that. You're messing with your sleep rhythm thing, you know? So like the steps of sleeping. Anyway. All right. So dreams can offer insights into our subconscious thoughts, feelings, and desires. Dreams can also consolidate and integrate information that we have learned during the day. They can be influenced by external stimuli such as sounds, smells, temperature, you name it.
Meds.
Yes, big time.
There's a big one, yeah.
Big one. Dreams can be affected by our lifestyle, such as diet, sleep, habits, medications.
Yeah.
And dreams can be remembered better if we wake up gradually and write them down in a journal.
Yep.
Just like your teacher has suggested. So yeah, I mean...
Yeah. And I think it makes sense if you're stressed and you're not getting good sleep, you're getting like very shallow sleep. So maybe you're getting more REM sleep more than non-REM. If you have like too much caffeine in your diet or something like that, then you're not going to get like a deep sleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Meds. You know, there's a ton of medications, benzodiazepines, certain hypertension meds.
I know that when I was on birth control pills, that really changed up my dreams back then too. Now I'm on a non-hormonal IUD, but my dreams are still weird, but they were extra like yeah they were amped up when I was on hormones.
There's a medicine that is used for PTSD dreaming and stuff like that called Prazosin, but apparently it helps for PTSD, like nightmares and stuff like that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I would like to know, like, how does that work? Like, how does it target dreaming?
I think it's and it's not even a medication that was made for that.
I love it when that happens.
Yeah.
It's happening like so often these days.
Alpha agonist? I want to say. Let me see. Let's see if I got it right. Receptor antagonist. Okay, I was close. But it is alpha receptor. So basically it's a whole entire different class of medications, but it was shown to help with that. So yeah, and we didn't talk about it here, but there's like other like people that have chronic nightmares, which maybe we can talk about parasomnias.
Yeah.
That would be like maybe like a little series. Parasomnias is night terrors, sleepwalking, all those things. We could probably make a whole entire episode just on parasomnias.
Yeah. I mean, it was hard keeping this concise.
Yeah, it can get real crazy.
That's the thing. It's dreams. It's so like general. So,
but people have like chronic nightmares. There's also a therapy called
I don't sleepwalk.
Imagery.
Oh, okay.
Imagery rehearsal therapy. So it's basically it's a form of, not a form of, but it's like cognitive behavioral therapy. Like you go through that same process and then you try to interpret it, make yourself used to interpreting it in a different way.
Okay.
So people that suffer from chronic nightmares, and there's people that like have debilitating nightmares. To the point where they have anxiety the whole entire day about it, and then they think about it, and then they go and they like dream it again because of how much they are thinking about it. Some people have PTSD type of nightmares that wake them out of their sleep, like with a panic attack. So they go through therapy and they have you like retell the dream, and then they have you change the dream. So they have you practice, like literally think about your dream the entire time and change that part that makes it a nightmare.
Kind of like exposure therapy
almost like an exposure therapy. Exactly. So then when you go to sleep, the hope is that you control that part of your dream so you don't have that negative part in the nightmare.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
Nice. I mean, I'm glad that exists, especially for people with PTSD, like from war and all sorts of things. Like, it doesn't have to be specifically about war. It could be like
anything,
life situations and horrible things. So that's great. And yeah, no, I don't have sleepwalking. Thank God. I have a lot of fucked up things happen to me while I sleep. So thank God I don't have sleepwalking to add to that.
I sleepwalk. I haven't done it in a really long time, but
really,
I do. And it happened when I was stressed. It always happened around midterms or finals when I was younger. And my mom would purposely put furniture in front of the doors so that if I like moved the furniture, that she would hear me.
That's wild. Oh cow. Oh man. No, thankfully no. I don't. Me nor my parents. My dad had night terrors, like most nights, which is like
the blissful
interesting.
part of that is that you don't know.
Yeah, but it's interesting because he did have Parkinson's.
Yeah.
And then look at that. When I saw that,
the night terrors before.
Oh yeah, for most of his life, he had night terrors. So yeah, I was like, And I mean, my mom would always complain about it because it's like intense. Like he would he would even curl up or like he would sit up in bed and stuff. Like all this crazy stuff.
You can have your eyes open. You're screaming. You're talking. Yeah. And you're not supposed to wake up the person.
That was the hardest part because he's like honestly in a violent like dream. Like you could tell that he is like was going through like something. And yeah, go figure that out. When I saw that, I'm like, well, shit. I'm telling you, you just, as the years go by, you start more and more stuff.
Clicking things.
Exactly. But that was dreams. Let us know if you guys want us to do like an episode on something that we just briefly touched upon. Oh, we didn't even talk about daydreaming.
Do not ask us to do an episode on Freud or Jung. Jules can handle that. I'll be out. I'll be with Brownie.
Well, hold on.
Right there. I'll sleep.
Go this way.
That's my therapy.
There we go.
That's my therapy. You want me to get sleep? Start talking to me about Freud.
I'm gonna zoom into that when I edit this. Look at him. He looks like he's like just balls out.
Oh my God. I can't really see him from here. Wow.
Just balls out.
He's so cute right now.
Yeah. Leave him be. I know. Thank God. Thank God.
So my brother's dog Mocha. I'm like, don't say anything. Whisper.
When I'm editing or doing the lives, that's how he is. Sometimes its balls are like right here.
He's so cute.
Oh, you'll see him dreaming in a little bit because he dreams a lot. I'm talking about dreams. But yeah, we barely even talked about daydreaming. Like, yeah, I thought I had put it in here, but I guess I took it out because this got really long, as you could see.
Follow up. Yeah, where we talk about parasomnias and stuff like that. We'll include daydreaming.
Exactly, because that's also really interesting and something that I partake in a lot, unfortunately.
God, I used to daydream so much when I was younger.
Me too. Yeah, exactly. It was when I was younger.
When I was younger, oh my God. Yeah. It was like snap out of it. Everyone would tell me, and I was in a different world.
Completely different world. I could easily disassociate. Like if I really got into it, I wouldn't hear what people like anything. Nothing, just like completely somewhere else. Yeah, I wonder. Anyway, so yeah, stay tuned for that. We'll probably touch up on that or something. If it's not here, it's on Patreon. So keep doing everything you guys are doing. Following us on YouTube and all the socials. Thank you for supporting
us. The tip jars
and the Buy Me Coffee. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you. Twitter's really doing Twitter or X, whatever it's called these days, is really doing the damn thing. Thank you so much for all you new followers on Twitter, X, whatever it's called now. And keep looking at it because that's where I post like tidbits and I post clips and I post like things that we're thinking about doing and then polls. You guys voted on something that you kind of dreading to do today, but we are going to do it because you guys wanted it and we give you guys what you want. Lord. So stay tuned for that because that is coming because you guys voted, so we're gonna do it. Yeah, and thank you again for subscribing and Patreons. You guys are awesome. Yeah, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.